Alright. What's going on, beautiful people? It's RexTheGreat, aka your friendly neighborhood comic enthusiast, and we are here. Now, if you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. And if you're not new, welcome back. Alright, so we got some DC news for you. You know how we get down on the channel, man. We're going to be talking some comic stuff. We're going to be talking about Jon Kent. Specifically, it's going to be his specific video. We mentioned him a little bit in a previous video. We talked about the like some February stuff that was coming out, like with the Reign of Superboys and stuff like that. But we also talked about a little bit of some April stuff not too long ago as well, with the Zatanna, the Bizarro, Firestorm, and stuff like that. But this is going to be a specific Jon Kent video because I'm pretty interested in what we got going on with Jon Kent, man. Because I was a big Super Sons fan, so I was definitely sad to see that go away when they aged him up. So we're going to be talking a little bit about what they're going to do with aging them down coming up in the next month or so. So let's go ahead and get straight into this article. We got two. We got one from Screen Rant, one from Popverse. So this one here is going to be covering what's going on around February, and the other one is going to be talking about what's going on around like April, as you can see up there in the tab. Alright, so shout out Screen Rant. Jon Kent is being de-aged. Superman's most controversial mistake is finally being reversed, but for how long? We got the article here from Madeline Champa, or Champa, however you pronounce your name, but shout out to her regardless. It says, warning, spoilers for Shazam number 20. The controversial age up of Superman's son, Jon Kent, has been a source of controversy for DC for the past 5 years, with fans clamoring for him to be restored to childhood. Now, those prayers have been answered as Superman undergoes a lore-changing transformation. Jon Kent's age is officially being reversed, but will it last? As part of DC's Comics February solicitations, a synopsis for Shazam number 20 by Senna Grace and Dan McDade has just been released, and this issue will feature an unexpected crossover with none other than Jon Kent's Superman. So, if you're keeping up with the Shazam comic that's going on right now, we're going to get this crossover with him and Jon Kent, and he's going to be reverting to a child in this story, which will also connect to April, where he's probably still... This is how it all connects. So, this article is from November. That's when the February solicitations came out. This article is from November. Now, the question that they're proposing is, how long will Jon Kent stay a child? Because we get the report that he's going to be a child in Shazam number 20, coming out February 5th. But as we go into the other article in April, we would know that he's also still going to be a child going into the Joshua Williams and Superman run. So we might have this for some time now. We might actually have this for a little bit of time. So, like I said, this is coming out February 5th. Shout out the creative team. We got a variant from Mark Spears. That's cool. I like that. Shout out Mark Spears. Alright. That's the synopsis if you're interested in it. A special guest writer stops in to tell a very special one-off story. One-off is rough. We don't like hearing one-off when it comes to this. But even though this right here is going to be a one-off, so this probably isn't like canon per se. Maybe it's just like I said, a one-off story. But he's still gonna be a child in canon come April. So even though we got that here, we're gonna keep going through the article though. According to the synopsis, a malfunction with the captain's power will result in Jon turning back into a child. Superman's most criticized mistake is getting a reversal now that Jon Kent is about to age back down and become a young kid again. And those who miss seeing the Super Sons in action can look forward to this unexpected comeback of Superboy. Superman's son is officially becoming a child again in DC lore. Jon Kent's fan favorite Super Sons design will return at last. That's a dope outfit too. Alright. Jon Kent made his first appearance in DC lore during the Convergence event as the son of Clark Kent and Lois Lane. Once he learned that his father is Superman and that he has his superpowers of his own, Jon took on the mantle of Superboy and became a hero in his own right. His most prominent legacy from this era is his iconic team-up with Damian Wayne as the world's finest of the next generation, forming a duo called the Super Sons. However, Jon's look. Brian Michael Bendis fucked this up, man. He tore this up, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man. He ruined this connection. I ain't gonna lie. But Jon's tenure as Superboy was abruptly cut short in 2019 Superman number 8 by Brian Michael Bendis and Ivan Reis when he returned from space as a teenager. So just like a little info dump if you don't know, basically Superman's dad, Jon's grandfather Jor-El, came back and he wanted to spend time with his grandson. Basically his point was it wasn't fair that he doesn't know the Kryptonian side of his heritage, so they ended up letting Jon go off into deep space with Jor-El. They got like kidnapped or whatever, and he was trapped for like mad long, and time was moving weird or whatever. So he came back as like a 17, 18-year-old or whatever, and that was that, man. I mean, not to say he hasn't had some cool moments as Superman, but it just feels rushed. Like, I feel like we just skipped over so many stories that could have been told between Jon and Damian and their relationship and how they like coexist and whatnot, but we just jumped him straight to Superman, and I don't know. I just feel like we just wasted that connection. But you know, it is what it is. Maybe they're trying to rectify, man, because for the past 5 years they just seem like they don't want to go back. They're like, nah, we standing on it. But Jon Kent's age up has promoted him from Superboy to Superman, much to the dismay of readers who yearn for the return of the Super Sons. While Jon being a teenager opens up opportunities for exciting new stories that weren't possible for him as a kid, such as his romance with, I mean, honestly, I wasn't even really feeling like the romance with him and Jay, honestly. Like, reading through like Secret Six, like it's like I wanted to feel connected to their romance, but I was like, I don't really care that much, man. And like, Secret Six is actually like a pretty decent book. I'm not gonna lie, it's not bad by any stretch of the measure. But I just don't think I connected as much to their relationship as I wanted to. Like, every time it was like an issue, where like oh, it just didn't hit for me. I don't know what to say to you, man. But it's understandable that fans were put off by this sudden shift in characterization. Now, with Jon becoming a child again, and thus closer to Damian's age, there's hope that the Super Sons can reunite and restore their former status quo. And this is them asking, will it be permanent? That's a nice picture right there, though. Although it's notable that Jon Kent's returned to a shy state, they're just talking about that, like, you know what I'm saying, this is a one and done issue, so will it happen? Probably not, or whatever. But that's what we pop over to Popverse. Shout out to Popverse, man. We got another article right here. This is going to be what's going on around April. So, DC brings back the younger Jon Kent in a 2010 style Superman Unlimited this April. Everything new is old, well, young again. This April, as Jon Kent is seemingly de-aged, while Superman is still missing in DC Comics. So yeah, if you don't know, coming out of DCKO, like around like March, like the end of March, early April, whatever, Superman is supposedly going to be missing out of the mainline books or whatever. So we got everybody stepping up that's like Superman adjacent, basically. So Lois Lane has her powers again, so she's Superwoman now. Superboy Prime is allegedly taking over the mantle of Superman, which we covered in a specific video dedicated to that, outside of just the broad sense of what's going on videos. Like I said, Jon Kent is doing his thing. We got a new character popping out of Superman Unlimited as well. I believe Tomorrow Man or something like that. He has a cool design. Yeah, so that's what they got going on. There's a whole bunch of Superman adjacent characters getting some shine right now. So I like that. That's pretty cool. All right, this is cool art right here. I believe this is one of the cover arts of the book. All right. It can't be easy being Jon Kent, the son of two of comics most iconic characters, Superman and Lois Lane, has been a preteen superhero kidnapped to a... Oh, yeah, this is basically what we talked about, whatever. Alright, so look. We're going to get down right here. We already talked about all of this and whatnot. Superman Unlimited number 12, that's the issue. If you guys are wondering, Superman issue number 12, that's what we're talking about right now. So if you guys want to pre-order, put it in your pool list and stuff like that, that's what it's going to be right there. April 15th. We got the Reign of the Superboys. We talked about that in a previous video as well. Alright, these are cover arts. Alright, so we got this one right here. That's nice. Let's go. We got this one. Ooh, this is fire. I ain't gonna lie. I'll probably pick this up. I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably pick that up. That's fire. That's the guy. There he is. That's the guy. Tomorrow Man, I believe his name is. That's the new character that's going to be introduced in this too. So not only is this going to be de-aging Jon Kent, if you want to pick up the book, this is also going to be a first appearance. And we got the picture that I talked about was fire. This is also a cool cover. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty much what we got this for. This is pretty much just for like for the covers and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on around Superman Unlimited number 12. We got first appearance. There he is. Yeah. We just gonna read through this first. Alright, we'll have to wait until the release of Superman Unlimited number 12 for the answer to that question. For now, all we have to go on are the covers for the April 15th chapter of Reign of the Superboy storyline. For those who don't remember, Superman is going missing after the events of DCKO, and multiple Superboys are showing up to take his place, as well as the following description of the issue from DC itself. Little Superboy lost. Tomorrow Man has a shocking surprise for Lois Lane. His name is Jon Kent, and he's just a little boy. The reign of the Superboys continues, and possibly the reign of Super Monkey. A Super Monkey would be crazy. I don't know what they cooking up, dog. But Superman Unlimited number 12. So if you guys rocking with what we got going on, you know what I'm saying, definitely check out Superman Unlimited number 12. That's probably gonna be fire. But yeah, that's pretty much what we got. We're covering there right there. I think it's a good idea to age them back down, man. I hope they actually stick with it, you know what I'm saying, actually stand on it. But if the past 5 years are any indication of what they're gonna do, they're probably not gonna let it stick, man. Like how the Screen Rant article mentioned, would it like step on the toes as his tenure as Superman? I mean, in a way, yeah, because you're just erasing everything that he's built over the past 5 years. But I think it's for the better, man. We're bringing it back to the Super Sons. We're giving him more time to grow into that role. We get to see more of the journey from Superboy to Superman. I feel like the jump was just very, very, very rash, very quick, and I don't think we actually got to see him grow enough to like really appreciate him as Superman. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it was just like, oh, okay, whatever. But if we would have seen that progress for the like just say this didn't happen 6 years ago, and we actually saw him progress over this half decade, and now we're getting to the point where like, oh snap, we can actually see him become Superman. Like, that'd have been dope, man. But you know what I'm saying, Brian Michael Bendis had other plans. You know what I'm saying, he did a lot of good stuff over at Marvel, but he won't cook it with this one. He won't cook it with that one. But yeah, man, hopefully they keep him a kid, like I said, man. But that's what we got going on with Jon Kent, specifically coming out of DCKO around like the April time, and also some stuff that's going on with him in February if you're interested in Shazam and stuff like that. But that's all I got for you, man. So drop a like in the video. Drop a like on the video if you made it this far, man. If you like the content, you know how we do out here, man. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Jon Kent becoming a kid again, being de-aged. What you think? Maybe they bring back Super Sons. That'd be cool. But that's hopeful wishing, honestly. That's hopeful thinking. Sorry. Just gotta hope for the best, honestly. But yeah, man, I'm RexTheGreat, your friendly neighborhood comic enthusiast. Oh yeah, drop a sub if you want to become one of the greats, man. We're on the road to 300, man. We almost had 240. You know what I'm saying? We almost there. We getting there. But yeah, that's all I got for you. I'm RexTheGreat, your friendly neighborhood comic enthusiast, man. Spread peace, love, positivity, kindness, all of those good things. And I'll catch y'all. Hey. There we go. Next time.